Sorry to get started late. Had some technical difficulties.
All right.
Keeping Mark on hold here.
Yeah.
He's a busy man. But thank
okay.
you for joining us, Mark.
No, thanks for having me.
Oh, welcome.
We don't have a ton of stuff locally to talk about as far as actual cornhole playing, and then there was no real events this weekend. So we thought we'd get you on here and let you give a spiel about what you're trying to do out there in high school land.
Yeah, no,
I guess here it's upper school land.
Yes, well, yeah, secondary. Yeah, it used to be middle school and high school, but yeah, now it's classed as secondary school. But yeah, no, thanks. I appreciate you guys having me on. It's exciting. It's really cool.
So,
take it away, man. Tell us what you're all about.
Cool. Right. Well, in terms of speaking to you guys in the last Open, basically I'm a PE teacher of around about 13, 14 years, and I've been teaching PE probably long enough now, like these traditional sports, the football, the rugby, the basketball, the swimming, etc. And just mentioning to the boys when I first picked up a few cornhole bags and threw last year, I just had this idea of where would I go? Like, I'm 40 years old, and where do I want to go in the next 10, 15 years in terms of career? I've tried loads of different opportunities in school, so head of year, pastoral leads, head of department, second department, lead in different areas. And I just never really see a fit of where I'm going to kind of end up, if that makes sense, before I like retire in 20, 30 years time. So I just thought, what could I do? And pick up cornhole, relatively new. I just thought, is there a way that I can make it potentially a bit more mainstream? So I looked at the States, I looked at what is actually offered in this country and in Europe. And I just thought there is actually nothing in England as of today that plays cornhole or sports like cornhole, because it's a little bit niche, it's a bit new. And even though it's so simple to play, which I'm sure we'll get onto and we know about, it's not many people take the opportunity to have it as a mainstay in their curriculum. So yeah, when I mentioned to you guys in the last Open, I'm currently on a fundraising path with our head teacher, who's fully on board, by the way, who loves the idea. She follows what I'm doing in the cornhole scene. Staff ask me about how I'm playing, etc., which is really cool. But just having a set of 7 to 8 lanes at school, so about 14 boards, let's say, a set of bags for each board to play at least doubles, and get that in terms of our rotation of our curriculum, get that actually in school, if that makes sense, because no other school in the country does it. And again, I'm not sure if either of you have any experience in terms of this country or the States, like if it's played. I know young people play it. I know that a lot of people I see on YouTube are these kids you mentioned last week who are probably far better than 3 of us and will just outthrow us and outscore us. I just thought, when Josh, you said that there could be a kid somewhere out there, a child who hasn't picked up a bag yet, could be the next big thing, as such, especially in this country, because it is new and this, relative to America and Europe, there's not that many people playing it as such. I just feel like, could I be part of that first initial group of people, which includes yourselves, of like pushing it, if that makes sense? And being a teacher, I just thought it kind of helped in that sense.
It's crazy because you're asking, experiences in it. And I mean, it wasn't a thing when I was in high school, but I know now the ACL has high school championships. Like at their world championships, they're going to hold a high school division. Now they have juniors, then they're going to have high school. They also have college now. So university. So yeah, ACL is definitely trying to grow it into the degree that you're talking about. And I love the fact that you having no knowledge of that, not whatsoever, not ever played an ACL event, not ever played in any events outside of the UK. And you on your own just thought about this and thought, I want to take this to a school. I want to give kids that maybe not good at traditional sports an opportunity to find something they would enjoy doing and get some camaraderie with other people.
Yeah, I mean, it started off, I mean, luckily I've got, and you guys know this, you've been down to Ashby several times, but having the baggers backing, I mean, we did a trial day last summer. So last academic year, we kind of had like this fun week at school. I thought, what can I do? And it was honestly, like, what can I do that's a whole day? So it's 9 till 4:30. That's going to keep me sane in the summer term. And I just thought, look, let's borrow some boards. Got in touch with Adam Knight and Andy Clayfield, everyone active, and just said, listen, can I bring my minibus the day before we do it? Can I grab all your boards, all your bags? And I took all of them up to school, because obviously I can drive the minibus for fixtures, and picked them up. And Nighty loaded the van up for me. I took them to school. We set up our gymnasium for the day. I should really be really clever enough to share the images with you, but I'll probably in a later date do so. Set up, I think, 8 lanes, and we had the whole of year 9 for the whole day. So I had, you're talking about 160 kids over 5 different periods. And there were boys, there were girls, there were kids who were sporty kids, who were non-sporty kids, who confident kids, quiet kids. Honestly, Josh, people picked up the bags and just, once they learned, even we tried from 6 meters, and then we went back and said, look, listen, let's just go back to the gym wall and go, look, you're talking 8 meters, so just over 8 meters. Let's just throw it properly and let's have some music on, enjoy ourselves. It felt immediately, you just mentioned like a state championship or such, but it felt like a year 9 competition where people who wouldn't necessarily play football, rugby, netball, etc., they were just learning this underarm game of just throwing this bag towards this board. And again, we always mention it, you always mention it every week on your podcast, but anyone can play, anyone can win. And I've been playing, well, by that stage, I've been playing for about 9 months. There was kids there who've thrown 4 bags, let's say, in their 5th and 6th, they were in air mails and they were throwing it in the hole, and they were like, this is great. Obviously, some thought is a little bit niche and didn't really like it, so you was going to get that. But again, just having that one day where a lot of students in one day were having a go at it, and then, of course, you know it's going to come here. You get staff asking, "What's this?" You get the cleaner popping end of the day, so, you know, the board set up and he's chucking bags, and like it immediately just draws attention for like, "What's this?" And of course, I've had my boards now, and this is what we just mentioned off air, didn't we, about getting slightly better at cornhole, but you know, Dan provided me with some boards I bought in the first couple of months of playing last year. And I've had my boards at school. So when I have a free period or I have a free time after school, I just set up, just literally throw like 50 odd bags or whatever, and just have a chuck. And everyone's always asking, what's this? What's that? Can I have a go? Yeah, of course you can. And it's just, I think Ali said at our club, if we get bags into people's hands at whatever age, whatever ability, you're going to get that kind of, the social aspect is amazing, but also the fact of, like I said, anyone can play, and anyone on their day technically really could be anyone. You just have to be consistent. And you know, kids thought it was amazing. And kids, you know, when you tell a kid a bag has 2 sides, and they're like, some look at you like, that's a bit weird. That's, you know, wow, so this will slide or this will move. Like it's just, honestly, it's really cool. And you know, people like you have shown me the sport, and I just want to kind of be a part of showing others the sport, probably on a wider scale to the juniors, let's say.
Yeah. No, I love that though. I do, and that, you know, we notice it even here in Barrie when we do get chances to set up places and have a lot of foot traffic. Everybody wants to have a chuck. Everybody's like, oh my God, let me give this a shot, you know. And some people get it right away, some people don't. But I mean, you take a person like Floyd that came, you know, he has this innate ability to just kind of do whatever he sets his mind to. So I remember the first time he came out, and I mean, he couldn't hardly keep a bag on the board. Now he was throwing it down there, and it was, the distance was fine, but he just couldn't keep it on the board. And now here he is, winning and upsetting people and doing the things that, you know, because he's just, you know, in any ability, you're just going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
And you got a nice claim to fame there now. With the, say, how many people did you have? 100 plus?
Yeah, we were easily over the day, Graham. Yeah, we were limited with boards, so when we had, like, I think we could play when we tried to do some singles, but then I thought it's easy to do doubles, isn't it? Pair up, get some bags, and you could play with against anybody. So again, and I kind of hit year 9 because, you know, every school kind of has that kind of era, and everyone says in English schools anyway that year 9, year 10 era when those kids kind of hit end of adolescence and puberty, like they're some tricky kids at school, and you're thinking you give them something different. And again, all I did was as well, like I've always found that cornhole comes with a lot associated with it. So again, if I just put a speaker in that gym and I just put some tunes on from Spotify and you just let it play through, kids would forget they're actually just playing a game. But then, gosh, you get some guys bottom end where they're playing competitively. So they're saying, let's play to 21 now. Let's not just play for fun. Let's not just get on the board or in the hole. And then, of course, you bring out the airmail box at the end, and you're saying, right, we give some reward points. So we give like an R4, let's say, reward for anyone and get the bag from 8 meters into that airmail box. You know, honestly, they're queuing up like, how many bags can I have, sir? Can I have 4? Can I have another go? Can I have 2? And I just felt that, and it came in that when that happened. And obviously, big thanks everyone active, because the baggers lent me the boards, and Clay and Andy and Nighty let me get the stuff. But then Ali said, when we met as a committee for the Ashby Baggers back end of last season, he said, would you like to go something forward? So again, like Josh, we go every Tuesday, we play 7 till 10-ish. We have 20 so people. And I just said, if I can get away, and my commitments at school aren't that. Ali and Nick and Ben all wanted me to think, well, could we set up some from a junior, not academy as such, but maybe start at Ashby and grow delicious centres around here? Because you mentioned last week, about we have technical juniors in that ranking system, don't we? So we know that Ali's lad is playing, and we've got the juniors that don't class will be scored differently, but there's a little leaderboard. I mean, Craig's lad as well, he played last year, didn't he?
Yeah.
There's not many, whether it to be a separate entity, like Josh said, and be like the ACL, where you've got something to aim for and in a high school or in a certain age bracket, let's say. But I just think there's a scope for that doing those days, doing those evenings where I just run maybe 6 till 7, if I can give that time up, and kids or students or anyone's going to come along and play, boys or girls, wherever, just come and throw a bag. I just feel like as we all started playing, you just get a bit hooked to it, addicted, don't you? Because you want to play the next shot, you want to learn that shot, you want to play that person, you want to beat that person. And I think because it's so accessible, I just feel like that's something I could really push in maybe in Leicestershire, but maybe a bit bigger as well. But again, being part of it would be amazing.
I know. I'm just honestly, I'm waiting to see how yours plays out, and then I'm going to take it to my club committee, and I'm going to take it to like my kids' school, because their school is right next to our leisure center.
Yeah.
So they use it for gym and stuff like that. And if we can get it going, get these kids playing, get the next generation playing. I mean, it's something, I got lucky this summer, and me and my daughter got to play doubles together in Croatia. And it's a memory that I'll never forget. Like, we had such a good time. And she was so, oh my God, I don't know if we'll win. We're not going to win. I'm not any good. And I was like, I don't care. I just want the memory of playing with you. And by the end of it, when we lost our last match, she was mad. Like, she was mad that we lost. Like, not a happy camper. And it was a lot of fun. And it is things that it's things, I think, that you start getting kids into it, then they're going to try to get their parents into it. And it is something you can do with your child, because let's be honest, if my kids played football right now, I'm 45 years old. I'm not out there running the pitch with them. I would die. But I can stand around and throw a bag at a board.
Yeah, no, of course.
So
you got to play it smart if you want to play football. You just go and goal.
Graham, I'm 5'6", man. Christ, I can't even jump and reach the top of the goalpost, bro.
Fair point.
Stop it.
Oh, gosh. No, Josh, you're right, though, in terms of the me posing this at school and school being really on board with it. And obviously, when you mention cornhole to someone and they've not really played it or even heard about it, and then they see it, and then some staff have really took it on. Like, they ask, even like the last Open, like, again, you two know this, I'm not like winning things, I'm not in the top bracket, I'm nowhere near that in terms of
you're number 9 now.
I'd like in the future, maybe, yes, but they're asking me how things are going. I'm like, when you say to someone, the rankings come out and I've moved up one place, and they're like, they think wow, but they don't know in terms of the scope of it. But when you say, just look on YouTube and they find the ACO, the ACL, they look at it and go, whoa, like, do you play this in this country? Oh, I played at a wedding one day, and you always hear that, I've had a go at throwing a bag. And then when they get a proper bag and a proper board from the correct distance, they're like hooked. And again, you mentioned that about like playing with your daughter, Josh, but at Open evening, when I took my set of boards, and we had like a netball session, a basketball session, a rugby passing session. And the back end, I was like, listen, I just had the boards up there, just if you want to, any parents. Not many kids went there, but I tell you what, some of the adults came back in to have a game for 21, and they wanted to know more. And I said to my head of department, Adam, and said, well, Adam, this is like, I didn't push the kids as much. It was more the adults coming back to see the DP department because they wanted to play cornhole. And was there a club in Hinckley where the school's based? I said, oh no, we're based here. The closest one's Coventry, which is Tony and John's club, on a Friday evening. And they took details and they wanted to play themselves. And I thought, this is not, but there's me trying to push like for the young people to play. There's still a big interest that adults who haven't played as well. So again, there's scope there. But again, I said to the guys at Baggers, like, it's a bit, you can't do all, can you? So we're going to try and grow Ashby and grow out from Cov and grow out these clubs. But yeah, it was just the parents then thought of, I want to play, and like they want to have a go with their kids and throw, but they were really hooked on it, and they'd never seen this type of, like, when they said about the type of bag and how we're playing shots and where I play at, etc., mate, it blows people's minds. So I think it's there. It's how to, like, like tap into that market, I think, in the correct way, I think, as well, for all our clubs at Manchester and at Bury, like how you get that to grow from the little seed that's hopefully been planted now in the country.
Yeah.
As we talked about on the podcast before, though, the biggest problem you guys have it. You guys have an advantage over the rest of us, and you have an advantage that you have such ties with everyone active leisure center. See, we don't have that here, and like I've spoke on the podcast before, we have a David Lloyd's about to open, and we're hoping that we can work out a deal with them, because our actual leisure center, like that I mentioned, that's up near my kid's school, they would rather take no money than to give us any type of discount. And the thing is when they're asking for £30 an hour, say we only have 7-8 people that night, that's now everybody's got to pay almost £10 just to come and show up and play. And it's hard to convince people to do that aren't as serious about it as some of us.
Yeah.
So we've asked, hey, can we pay £20 an hour? And they're like, no. And I'm like, yeah, but nobody's in here. And they're like, that's okay.
Yeah.
Because if we give it to you for 20, we got to give it to them for 20. And I'm like, no, give it to us for 20. And then if someone wants to compete for that time slot, then we'll bump our price back up to the normal 30. But in the meantime, let us get some foot traffic in there. And not a lot of people are interested in doing that. So you taking it to a school and getting the backing from your head teacher to say, yeah, bring it into the school. We'll put it in part of the curriculum for PE. And then having everyone active leisure center, like you guys have it really good, and we rely on you guys. And I know it sucks, but we do. We're kind of relying on you guys to build the sport more for us, because we're struggling. Yeah. I mean, even up in Manchester with Daniel and them, they're only getting a place every other week.
Yeah.
And it's not a very big hall.
I tried where I am, and there's nothing. I can count one hand the amount of people who turned up. Most of the time, it's just me and the ex's child playing. So what you're doing is great.
Well, we also have in this country as well, like obviously when I learned more about the sport a year ago, you've got a lot of those players in America, and again, it is a backyard sport, isn't it? So having the facility outside in nice weather, not just in summertime, but having nice, that's an advantage. And it's like now we've hit December, haven't we, in a few days' time, and you've got to be in a sport. So yeah, you can't be outside as such. And again, finding a venue. I mean, the first thing I said about doing it at school, Alistair was straight on with the fact, could it be a venue? Like we could hold those boards at your school, and then Hinckley being slightly southern compared to Ashby, not too far away, only like half an hour. But then our school we stopped hiring facility out to the public. I'm not sure why. We're now part of a different trust.
I would imagine it's because someone didn't take care of it.
Potentially, yeah. And again, you don't want, and then I would like to think that could be a way in for us, though. If I had, let's say in the future, Josh, if I had a set of boards, I say 7 sets, and they've got our school logo on, and we've got bags with our school logo on, and I can host a primary school or a high school local tournament, introductory tournament, and then I get that setting for a Saturday day tournament, because it's not used, like you're right, it's not used in the daytime. I've got keys, etc., and all the logistics are worked out. I don't see why anyone should be like shutting the door when it's something new and it's something so inclusive, as you've said before. Like anyone can actually pick this up, anyone can play. And I found this at school. It doesn't have to be, let's say, the traditionally good kids at those traditional team sports. Anyone can come and play, and anyone can be decent at it. And I feel that's the right selling point at school, because a lot of, I mean, I'm not sure you two found PE throughout your career in school, but it's like Marmite. Kids love it or hate it, and it's almost, I just want to get on that, so anyone can play it. So just come play at lunchtime or break time or after school. It's just throw bags and see what you like, because again, there is talent. You're just not seen it yet.
Yeah.
All right, Mark, how big of a hurry are you in?
Not much. Why do you want to?
No, I want to cut in, because we're going to try to get Vicky and Ian on from Disney World, Florida right now to do a deck around.
Cool, that's fine.
All right. Have you sent out the invites?
Yeah, I sent it to him. Yeah, I've checked. Yeah.
All right, I'm messaging them.
So hopefully they'll jump on. We'll get their deck around on. We can continue with yourself, and then
because we had nothing else going on this week other than talking to you, and so I was like, ooh, it'll be fun to get them on, because they're in Disney World living it up in the nice weather while we're all dying over here in the winter.
Oh, we got Disney ears.
You're on mute.
Oh, we scared her away.
Yep. I don't know what happened there.
It's just a day for tech issues.
There's Ian.
There's one.
You're on mute, bud.
I'm
There
here.
you go. I can hear you
My
now.
headphones
go.
aren't
I'm having
connected,
an issue with headphones because they're connected to my phone.
Uh-oh. I had to switch to a whole nother device.
There we
That's
go.
how bad my stuff was. Welcome, guys.
Love in the backdrop.
Hey, I thought you'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Star Wars fan, so yeah, definitely.
All right. Who wants to go first?
Think it might have. Oh, trying to figure out if he is connected yet. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you. You're going first then, Vicky. Go ahead, Graham.
Okay.
Right. Number one, how did you get into cornhole?
I followed him.
Fair.
He said he was going one day, and I was like, well, I don't want to sit at home bored on a Saturday, so I'll just go with and see what happens.
Awesome.
We know how that ended. How long you been playing?
Just over a year.
Over a year. And your cornhole goal?
Beat him again. Just want to beat him again.
I think I know the answer to this one. Your highlights so far.
Yeah, it was that one. Was it the second qualifier that we played against each other? And it was just that airmail.
First.
It was it first?
UK Open last year.
Do you know what?
Airmail to win.
It was
It was,
stunning.
I remember
it was stunning. I've not played anything as good as that since. It was just stunning.
So, your favourite type of shot?
Backside airmail.
Backside.
I can do them.
The bags you use?
Oh, they're the have I got the IMF coverts that I'm using at the moment?
Yeah.
I like those.
Your favourite player?
We'll go with Tony Gavin.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's just,
You'll love
do you know
that.
what? He's just so wonderful to play against and win.
Yeah.
He's just
I love
absolutely
that.
wonderful.
yeah, that's good.
And then
you-
she's gonna go.
Yeah. Your dream partner, cornhole partner?
With Tony again, just play with him. He's just so good. I play so much better when I am playing with him.
Ian, you might want to watch out, bud.
Yeah.
Your favourite thing about cornhole?
Oh, it's you guys.
What the pod? We'll take that. And the last one is, if you had a walkout song, what would it be?
That'd be Crazy Bitch by Buck Cherry, wouldn't it?
I like it.
I can dig it.
Yeah, right. Ian.
All right, Ian.
So, how did you get into cornhole?
I didn't actually hear what Vicky said because my headphones weren't working, but it's pretty much the same thing. We played a little bit in America when we were on honeymoon, and then got involved with one of our best friends who was from the States, playing backyard cornhole with him. Then I started talking to Dan Lilly about the league and everything, and then that's how we got into competitive.
Yeah, nice. So, how long you been playing then?
Trotting around in the back garden about 2.5 years, but like proper taking it slightly more seriously, about 18 months.
So, your cornhole goals?
Get more consistent. I can seem to play shots when I desperately need to, but it's generally a fluke rather than a actual proper plan.
Right, your highlights so far?
Finishing number 7 on season 2. I couldn't believe I even got into the national finals, let alone actually getting to number 7.
Your favourite shot?
Any that goes where I actually aim it to go.
I like it. The bags you use?
For our club nights and for playing in the garden and against friends, I generally use the soakers. They work well on our boards.
Yeah.
But for competition wise, I'm using the Team GB for bags. What have I got?
Swag bags.
Yeah, the swags. I'm just trying to remember which ones they are. I can't remember which ones I picked up in the end. I looked before the pod so I could remember, and I forgot.
Oh, well, it happens.
Yeah. Your favourite player?
There's so many nice people in the league. We've ended up making some really, really good friends and having some really
I
good
didn't ask
times.
who
I'd
your
say
friends were. I don't
I
care
would
who
say
your friends are.
Dan Lilly for getting us properly into it,
All right.
but then Liam for kind of taking us under his wing a little bit and showing us a little bits and pieces.
Right, your dream cornhole doubles partner?
Well, Dan Lilly said he's going to be my partner next time there's a doubles match on, so it'll have to be him. So it's forcing him to play with me.
Yeah.
All right.
Do better than what I did with him. I let him down.
Yeah. I didn't say it'd be any good.
Yeah, he wasn't the only guy you let down.
Hey, I made up for it at the ACL in Ashby.
All right.
In Bury. Right. Favourite thing about cornhole?
The camaraderie and the friends we've made, and yeah, same with what Ricky said. Just coming to the competition, seeing you guys, seeing everybody that's playing, and seeing everyone getting better as well.
Yeah. And what would your walkout song be if you had to pick one?
Well, Vicky did a really good, clever, and funny one, and I can't think of anything like that. So I'm kind of stuffed. Chicken Fried by Zach Brown Band because it gets people dancing.
All right.
Why
Maybe.
not?
I like that song.
If you can get the crowd hyped, you're already getting yourself hyped then. So, yeah, why not?
All right, guys.
Right.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks
for
for boys.
completing your deck around.
So
See you
I
in
think the
February.
Millennium Falcon's just about to fire up.
Go get on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thanks a lot.
See you guys.
Cheers.
Take care.
Bye.
See you soon.
Safe travels.
Bye.
See ya.
All right. We had to get a couple deck rounds in there. Don't worry, Mark. Your opportunity is coming.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
At least you've had a preview of the questions so you can prepare.
True.
I knew I should have made up new questions today.
Yeah, we were meant to do that. We'll think of a new one for the next guest.
Yeah, we got to change it up every now and then.
Yeah, just keep everybody on the toes.
All right. Getting back to what you're on here for, Mark. So what do you have a page set up that you're trying to raise funds with?
No, at the minute we just when I met with our head, there's actually a change in headship at our school, so within our trust. So when I spoke to her, and obviously she's a keen sports fan, and she wants to kind of push anything, any sport. We're slowly building our reputation up. We previously would have been a big rugby union school. It used to be called John Cleveland College, and again nationally, we're talking 25 years ago. We are a real big force in terms of national sport, in terms of that age group. And I think when things change and staff leave and the school system change in this country, we never kind of hit the heights of where the sports college was in the day. So then obviously things change, governments change, etc. Are very political, very money orientated. But again, we're trying to rebuild this image of, where this school wants to go in the future, now being the Hinckley School. So again, being part of the P department and a real successful. There's 4 of us in that department. We've all got different strengths. Football, most of my background's actually in football. And my head department's in basketball and cricket. And it's almost having that kind of push. When I met with the head and said, listen, I've got something different to pose to. And what she loved, and we've used the word several times already, but I told her and I showed her, anyone can play this game. I can have wet weather lessons where it can come in and we can raise this money. And she was fully on board, Josh. She said, if we can raise money in terms of, and we're going to do it in-house at the minute, we're not, fair play to you trying to think, could we raise it outside of ours? But we're going to do some form of like charity mile or charity run in the new year. And she's going to match anything we again, this is the money we need to buy boards, but anything we raise, she's going to match that with the school funds. So I'm going to talk to the powers that be. Some guys at Bags have got quotes. I know that there's a couple of the, I think John Steins might be one, and a few other people in the community that may be able to help me out with boards, bags, and specifically, you know, things that I might need to get a club up and running at school. So she's looking at the minute. And again, it's a good way of, I could reach it out. We could crowdfund it as such, but at the minute, if they're going to be school boards, I want to be that like lead in school, and these boards I want to have our logo on. There are bags, and if we take them out from that point around the local schools, other schools use ours bags, ask about that. Even in doing so, did the conversations with another member of the PE team last year. She's now moved on to a different school, and she said her head contacted me and said it was a private school, and they said they had money there in the pot, and he said, if you've got boards and you've got a way to come and show us, we will have them immediately. So that gave me an idea of, well, if they want them, why can't we get them in? So that kind of got me thinking, well, there could be something here. I'm not saying career wise, but I'm saying this could be a way of doing something slightly different, but I get to play cornhole more, if that makes sense. So it's actually a win-win. It's like a win-win.
100%. Well, I know when you start raising money, man, you let us know, and just
we'll share the crap out of it. We'll help you get to your goal, definitely.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Count us in for that.
Yeah, put my hand in my pocket as well and donate some money towards it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, and I hope and it's getting enough money, and that seeing that as a. And again, we don't know how it's going to go. It's the first time ever doing something like this, isn't it? So it's a little bit like new ground to cover here, but. If this works in this sense, and it works, like say in the East Midlands, there's no reason why, you know, again, let's get the point. I would love it the fact of, let's look 10 years down the line, and I've got some form of position somewhere in some organisation that needs me. If it's a van of boards, full of boards, sorry, and wants to tour the country and go here, go there and do taster days, I just feel like it's something that, you know, people like Tony and John, I mentioned Tony Gavin there with Ian and Vicky, but they've showed us at Ashby the basics and some shots we could play and how to do it and what to do in certain positions, and then I feel like I want to like use their experience and like get them out of there as well, and then I've learned from them so that I can show other people. It's always like passing that knowledge on, because we all start off at like a basic player, don't we? And where have you learned it? You can, you know, watch YouTube, you can learn shots, you can practice the hell out of, you know. We see people like Liam, who was on last week. You can see his Instagram feed. He's playing every day. He's repetition, and you can tell, can't you? Because you look at him and thinking, how is he playing that shot? Because he's had the time to do it and to play those shots and to practice it. So I just love the fact of the more chance you get to show the people the sport. I think, you know, and again, Ashby is my starting point, and I love the fact they're backing me in this. And I just think, could it be? It's a big ask, isn't it? But in the future, could it be nationwide as such? And like I say, we're a massive kind of target. But again, we're nowhere near that yet. But it's something like
it's got to be
start somewhere.
Yeah, it's got to be the goal. Like your goal can't be, "Ooh, I just want to get 20 more people in my area playing." The goal always has to be to grow it. For any of us to get better and play better, we got to have more competition, and to have more competition, you got to grow it across the country. Yeah, and exactly. I think it starts with ideas like yours, and I can greatly appreciate that. And, you know, I commend you for doing so. That's an amazing thing. And we all appreciate it as a cornhole community.
Yeah, cool. No, you guys know what I say. You guys keep you playing. You're meeting more people. Everyone says how social it is, but you meet so many people in the last year since playing. I have met so many different people, walks of life. I'm even watching like John's YouTube channel for food. I'm like, I'm a cornhole player. I'm now watching him cook food. He's making donuts. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, this is crazy. Like, with the community you've got and your people you know and you recognise, it's really good for me. But also, if I know it's good for me and how it's been for me, why can't I just share that with other people who don't know nothing about it at the minute? And I think that's really important.
Well, like Josh said, we definitely appreciate what you're doing. Go getting an athlete. He's got to start somewhere, and you're the guy starting it. So,
cool.
Hats off to
that.
Yeah.
No, cheers, guys. I appreciate that.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's rip through a deck around.
Oh, cool.
All right. Now I need to find it again. Right. I'm going to swap out one question to a previous question, though, just to keep you on your toes a bit.
That's cool.
All right. So, how did you get into it?
I would blame Dale Unwin. I think you both played Dale at the Ashby Baggers. He's been playing a little bit longer than me, but yeah, he was the one that just got in touch. Old friends. We were old drinking buddies back in the day, like university days, and we kind of lost touch. So sadly, like, long story short, didn't speak to him for a little while. Didn't I kind of lives changed a little bit, and then randomly just I saw him on Facebook share something from Ali and Nick at Ashby, and he just said, "Do you want to come along?" I was like, "What is this?" He's like, "Come Tuesday, just come and see." And he just Dale got me playing. He's like, "Come and play, have a laugh, make connections again with Dale."
I'm pretty sure I was there for one of your early nights as well. I made the trip down.
I think it might have been. Yeah, it was me.
Yeah.
And I think I started just after Charlie Lomax. So Charlie and Ben Shaw had been for their first sessions. So they were like the newbies on like the crappy boards at the end. Like then we kind of got talking. But yeah, Dale was the one that got me down. Then he WhatsApped me the day after and said, "How was it?" And I texted him at school. I was like, "Mate, amazing." And I think I've missed one Tuesday since. I've like literally got the bug. It's like it used to be football Tuesday, Thursday. Now it's corn Tuesday. That's it, done.
Yeah.
Nice. Right, so how long have you been playing?
Yeah, it was. I joked with Dale actually last week. It was our first year anniversary last Tuesday.
Yeah.
so it's been a year in. It's been a year in.
I think we pretty much know this, but your cornhole goal.
Yeah, again, I made a little note earlier. Like, obviously, I wanted to try and spread it and grow it, but again, joke tongue in cheek. But again, and Ian said this as well. I get better. Like, I think the more I'm playing, and I think over a year, you look at where you probably were before and where I could get to. You're thinking, keep your feet on the ground, but like just get better. And I think if I'm growing it and I'm playing it and I'm coaching it, I just think that's my aim really.
Yeah. Right. So your highlights so far.
I think it sounds really weird, doesn't it? But losing tier two runner-up last year, losing to Charlie in the final, so beating a good friend again, Danny, in the semis. Not many people would say like losing or being a runner-up would be a highlight, but again, I had no idea, Graham, that I'd play for a year and then qualify for tier two and look at that field on that day. And then to go and play some real good shots and actually believe myself a little bit and actually think, you know what, I'm actually okay at this. And yeah, it's little socially, but I am a competitive so-and-so. So I want to win. I want to do the best I possibly can. And actually to get there thinking, and again, the first time I played Charlie where he beat me, but he wasn't playing that well that day. And I thought I could have done that. And I beat him recently on a club night. And I thought, you know what, it's there. So yeah, I think finishing runner-up last year in tier two, the little trophy takes pride of place in the living room, so the kids ask about it. So it's probably that.
Yeah. Right. Your favourite shot?
I would love to say that I've got a supreme little push and little collect shot, but I've not. I'm so off with it. So I think the airmail shot is when I'm dialed in and I'm in the groove. I think I'm not. I've played. Who is it from Bury? Ollie. Ollie is one I watch sometimes and go. He plays airmails like it's just bread and butter. He just like puts it in. I think when I'm on it, and Tony and John, my teachers here, they would say to themselves, when I'm dialed in and when I've got that stone face on, that I can play an airmail shot, just like it. So I just think airmail's my favourite shot. So it's the go-to shot, and I'm never going to play safe. I'm going to go for it. I think Josh, you said a few weeks back when I heard you shoot. So like you're going to go for it, aren't you? You're not going to mess around and board it. You want to shoot it. So that's me.
Yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and let you know. Sometimes that's a bad decision. Sometimes you should board it and then try again.
I'm happy. I've got bragging rights till Feb. Although we should make it a thing. Even if we don't play each other, we
will.
We need to even have a friendly game just to see who gets bragging rights until the next tournament. So we'll have to make a little trophy just between me and you, Josh.
We can do that.
Right, next one. What bags do you use?
I've been using since I started. Tony got me sorted out some sneak bags, but I've kind of tended to favour with the IMF. They're over there somewhere. The Reaper's Toll. I think the IMF cornhole. The Reaper's Tolls. I've just actually the bags I've been using since almost day one. I've actually just bought some new ones. So actually now just getting them like soaked and get them ready. But yeah, I just feel like they've got a real side where I can control it, and then when I need to push and go aggressive, they're really quick. So I just feel comfortable with them.
Right. So your favourite player?
Well, again, I know you guys talk on this podcast quite a lot about watching the ACL and ACO, but one player I've always kind of watched and I actually really favour and I enjoy watching on YouTube is I've got Adrian. Is it Adrian Johnson?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, I know he's not like one of those where he's winning lots like the top names. I know he's a pro out in the States, but I just watching his early videos, Josh, and he teaches a little bit and coaches and just shows quite a lot when he's playing on his single boards. I just feel like, and he's also got a bit of personality as well. I mean, there's lots of people I've seen like I want to be like and play like, but he's one I can watch and go, you know what, the boy can play. And actually, if I'm trying to replicate that, and again, you'll probably know his background a little bit more so in terms of, you know, you've watched far more than me, but he's one I could sit and watch for a long time and enjoy it.
Yeah, I like watching him.
Yeah. Your dream cornhole doubles partner?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think I'm going to have to go with either John Wishart or Tony Gavin, just because Tony has taught me so much. So Tony would be staring at me and he'd be like, I know what he's saying to me, just staring me down at the board, knowing what to play, shot to play. And John, I know recently playing in the Open at Ashby, John is always there looking out for people. Like, you know, he took me under his wing like quite early on, like how to play and when I get frustrated. So those two common influences at the club, I think I would hate to do them a disservice and not play well. But I feel like with them facing me and then throwing opposite, I just think Tony or John I'd take every day of the week.
Your favourite thing about cornhole?
It's simple to play. But I just love, I don't think I've played a sport, guys, where the competitive kind of the outscoring each other, where, you know, cancellation scoring is a massive part of that game, isn't it? Where, you know, you could be throwing really well, but if your partner's there, you're going to stay with them and you've got to stick with them. I've played lots of sports where you've put 12 on the score and 12 sticks, but actually if you're playing yourself or whatever and you don't get 12 on, and you're like, oh gosh, I feel like the swing in the game where you play so many games where you race to like 14, 15, 16, and even though you know you're nearly there, you're not, and it change so quickly. So I don't see. I don't see. I mean, I'll relate to watching you guys, Josh, when you played. I think you played Nick last weekend, a couple weekends ago. That game went backwards and forwards when everyone's sitting there watching, thinking, someone's got this. I'm not sure if it was yourself or Nick. I think it was maybe yourself. And then Nick comes in, and then you have to your push shot, I think, to touch it, to wash it. And you come back around thinking, guys, this in any other sport, one of you's won 20 minutes ago. And actually just it hangs and hangs and hangs. I feel like that idea of a sport is just, I think it's immense. I think it's really like addictive. I think it's brilliant.
And last one, we'll go to an older question we've had before. Outside of cornhole, what are your other hobbies and interests?
Yeah, you wouldn't guess it as a sports teacher of 14 years, but an absolute nerd. I love board games. I love card games. I love like anything where you can play against other people. I said to Graham off air, Josh, I was watching his Instagram feed this weekend. He was playing Warhammer, and I was like, mate, let's get involved with that. Let's get that started. I just feel like it's one of those things I picked up on my 30th birthday where my wife just bought me a board game off the cuff. We'd heard about it, we played it. And since then, the last 10 years, I've just been like an ultra nerd. Like there's about 50, 60 games in my office. Half of them you play solo. I'm absolutely weirdo, but I just love the taking myself out of like the busy lifestyle that we have, 2 children, busy job. I love the idea of like just sitting down, getting around the table with others and just socializing, but also playing competitively. So yeah, board and card games is definitely a hobby of mine.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. And one last little thing. Is that a Rams hoodie you're wearing?
It is, yeah. It is a Rams. Don't ask about the weekend. Yeah, I was going to say, don't mention that. Yeah.
Sorry.
I know JC will be giving me some. Next time I see him,
I've just been a typical Eagles fan.
JC always gives me flack. Yeah.
Hey, 49ers. Let's go.
I'm more of a baseball fan. He always asks me, John always asks me about it and saying, look, with the Rams. And I've been out in the States a couple of times and watched a preseason game. And I'm more of a baseball fan, so I've seen the Dodgers quite a lot when I've been over there. So
who's your favorite baseball team?
Baseball, Dodgers.
Oh God, that's terrible.
I know.
I don't know if I can ever have you back on this.
We've got friends, Josh, in California. So it's almost like when we spent time over there in LA, and they were like I've got a chance just to pop onto Craigslist and get like tickets for $20 and like they're decent seats. Yeah, I've been a number of times, and I just it made me come back.
I would go. I'm not a Dodgers fan, but I would go. They're AAA affiliate.
Yeah.
So do you understand? Like baseball, you got
the farming system. Yeah.
Their AAA affiliate is in like from Oklahoma City, right? I mean, I grew up going to it. They weren't always their AAA affiliate, but I've been going and watching that team in Oklahoma City since I was a little kid. And it breaks my heart now that I can't root for them because they're the Dodgers AAA affiliate. But so. Yeah, baseball's good. It's good. Congratulations. You got another World Series win.
Thank you. I should have worn the hats, though.
The best team money can buy. Literally the Man City of the Major League.
I get that a lot. And I've got friends who follow American sports more than English sports, and they say the same. But again, it's just one of those things where we have friends out in California, and we've been a number of times, and it's an experience, and it's a lovely stadium. And again, the baseball is pretty good, and yes, they've got a lot of money and a lot of backing. But again, for me to come home for one summer, and then I even played a couple of seasons. Leicester, the local city tours. Leicester, I've actually got a Blue Sox a team, and I've played a couple of years for them, and it just got me into I just loved watching it. And then people find baseball boring to watch, but I could sit and just, with friends and have a drink and just watch the game. I think it's far better than cricket. I never really took to cricket as a kid. I find it relatively a bit more boring, but I know people are hammering for that comment, but I just found it's a little bit, I'd rather have a bit more excitement to it.
I'm with you on that. I'll pick American sport over English sport any day.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned the Leicester baseball team. When I was here the first time back in 2007 to 2010, I played in that baseball league, and we had a base team, and we played against all those guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. So I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, cool. No, I've got a little trophy when playing in the first season in the two Sox and second season playing the first team and getting the most stolen bases. I could not hit the ball for Toffee, Josh, but I can run a base. I can bunt and I can run, and I'd steal the most bases because they're normally just old guys in the base who just either couldn't catch you or I could get ahead. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I've still got my cleats upstairs. I've still got my bat and all my stuff. It's just when I had kids, I kind of stopped doing it with the football. So that's why cornhole became now something new to kind of focus on, which I think I will do now for the rest of my days. So that's cool.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, we appreciate you being on.
No, thanks, guys. And thanks for having us on.
Keep us up to date how the school thing goes. Let us know. When we get closer to it and we start trying to do a little fundraising and whatnot, let us know. We'll get you back on here.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Cheers, Mark.
Oh, awesome. One more question.
Oh.
Who's your prediction to win the whole thing this year?
Oh.
On the table. Now, not just table, but we want table and we want actual national championship tournament. Who's your person to win it all?
It's tough. The conversation was really good last week, wasn't it, with Liam? Because we talked Ben in episode 3 about the scoring systems, etc. So you think that Liam on the table, you look at how that's going to happen. He's going to qualify. You're right. He's going to qualify through it. I think Liam's going to be one of those names there. But I'd love to think, and this is no disrespect to Liam as such, I'd love just someone to upset it on that national championship, let's say. So, the first time this weekend, and he beat me well as well. Jared, when he's on his game, Jared, I'd never played the guy before, and John told me afterwards, how good he's got and how I said, oh mate, he was quality. I'd love to think that Liam will qualify for it. It's hard to tell who's going to be in that final against them. I'd like to say me, but I'm not going to be good enough, so I won't get there. But let's say Liam takes one of them, and for all the practice I see him, and we mentioned his name before on the pod, I would love it if Charlie Lomax could really hone in, because you watch him in training, guys, on a Tuesday night, and sometimes that boy's unplayable. Seriously, and you probably don't see the Charlie we see week in, week out. And I think maybe the inexperience of those bigger matches where it really means something, it might get to him a little bit. But honestly, he's got the shots, and he will push it with JC. He'll push it with John Steins. He'll push it with Liam. And I think once he finds that groove, I say he's unplayable. So I'd like to say that it was probably going to be. I think it's going to be Liam. I think it's going to be. But I'd love someone, if it's John, if it's JC, if it's Charlie. I'm trying to think the next name up. Jared maybe. But then I looked at the score there, like with Dan Lilly playing one. You'd like Dan, the bridesmaid as such, to be up there. But he's missed the first one, hasn't he? So we said about the points, though, Josh, Graham, last week, that it's going to be tough. He's going to come out and win a couple, hasn't he? He's going to come out now at Bury, which is that in February at your place?
Yeah.
He's got to come down there and like smoke it, because he'll know that on the leaderboard, I'm embarrassed. There's people like me slightly above it. Like it's almost like I'm in like 8th place. It's like it's bonkers. So I think it'll be Liam. It's boring to say, I know, and he'll probably listen to this thinking he'll love it, won't he? But he's just when I watched it the weekend, he was quality, absolute quality when he had to do John. So a bit of a boring answer, but yeah, I think it's gonna be Liam. I think it's gonna be do it.
No, that's Ben picked Liam. Graham's picked Liam and Liam.
Yeah.
I picked Liam on the table, but I picked the field on the tournament. So
okay,
we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah. Cool.
We all got work to do though.
Oh no, definitely. Well,
definitely.
It was Ian mentioned before, didn't he, about like finishing 8th? I'm like, there's me for qualified for tier 2. I'm like, if I just keep going and just keep playing, like I'd love to think that I would be on that tier 1, nowhere near winning it, boys, but being there and knowing where I've come in like 2 years, it would be massive. Like because you're slowly getting better each week. So I'm hopeful I'm there then thereabouts somewhere.
All right, man. Well,
Cool.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in February.
Yeah, no, can't wait, guys. No, thanks, Josh. Appreciate it. Thanks, Graham. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah.
And yeah, say guys. See you guys soon.
Yeah. Cheers, Mark.
Bud.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Cheers.
All right, man.
Mm.
Well, it was good having Mark on. I like what he's
Yeah.
doing down there, or up there, I should say.
Yeah, definitely. He's at the forefront of what could be something big. So
For sure. All right. Well, we don't have much coming up this weekend in the grand scheme of cornhole. I know anybody that cares. I know the Swiss guys, they're this past weekend that we just came out of, they started their Swiss Cup. So that was the first weekend of that. I guess I got another one.
Swiss guys.
Yeah. I guess I got another one coming up this weekend. I'm sure there's all sorts of stuff in Germany going on, but here in the UK, we don't have much going on. In the US, there's no ACL opens this week. Canada doesn't have an open this week. It's in 2 weeks. So next Monday, we'll have a little more to talk about what's coming up. And then in 2 weeks' time, we'll have a couple tournaments to talk about.
It's just I think it's just club nights in the UK this week then. So
Yeah. So Barry Baggers tomorrow night.
yeah. Ashby Baggers, like Mark said, tomorrow.
Ashby tomorrow night.
Featherstone Flyers, they're Wednesday.
Yep.
Manchester Cornwall's actually on this week. As
So
luck
you
would
know-
have it, I can't attend.
How come?
I've got me children this weekend.
Take them with you.
But they might show me up. I ain't getting showed up by a 4-year-old. Last time he threw bags against me, he got a 4-bagger. I put 2 off the board.
Who else is practicing this week?
I think there'll be Cumbria Cornwall there every Friday as well.
Yeah. What about Solvent?
They're not till next Sunday.
Okay.
And I think Newcastle might be on this Thursday. I think they're normally weekly as well. So Newcastle Cornwall Club as well.
You guys,
And,
you guys out there in the UK cornhole world, man, shoot myself or Graham a message, or shoot a message to the podcast page. Let us know your times and dates and stuff like that, and then we can get a better accurate announcement out there for you guys.
Yeah, we can create a post and pin it on a page or something.
For sure.
Yeah, because we want to help grow it. So any listeners who haven't gone and played yet, go to your local club. Go through.
Send us a message, and we'll tell you where your local club is.
Yeah,
Or the closest one to you.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, man.
Yeah. I think that's it for this week then.
Yeah, I don't have much else to talk about.
No. All right. Peace out. Remember.
Peace, brother. We'll see you next
Board
Monday.
it.
Just board it.
Just board it. Till next week. Love you, brother.
See you, bud.
Bye.